Welcome back, action movie fans, to Yusuf Reacts. Today, we're diving into the high-octane thrills of Mission Impossible Fallout, the sixth installment in the Mission Impossible franchise. If you're here for the crazy stunts, mind-bending espionage, and Tom Cruise doing the impossible, you're in the right place. Buckle up, because we're going to break down everything you need to know about this blockbuster without giving away all the surprises. Let's get started. Our story picks up with Ethan Hunt, played by the one and only Tom Cruise, who is back to save the world once again. But this time, it's more personal, more intense, and way more impossible. The mission starts when Ethan and the IMF team are tasked with retrieving stolen plutonium before it falls into the wrong hands. Easy, right? Well, things go sideways, as usual, and Ethan has to make some tough decisions that lead to, let's just say, explosive consequences. As we get deeper into the plot, the stakes get even higher when the remnants of the syndicate called the Apostles come into play. They're planning something that could spell disaster for millions of people. Enter Henry Cavill as CIA operative August Walker, a character who brings some serious muscle and a whole lot of mystery to the table. And let's not forget, he's got that famous mustache that caused quite a stir during Justice League reshoots. Speaking of Cavill, can we just take a second to appreciate that momentous iconic arm reload in the bathroom fight scene? Seriously, that's one of the best action sequences we've seen in years. Cavill and Cruise together deliver an intense beatdown on an enemy that's way tougher than expected. And then we have the halo jump. Yup, Tom Cruise actually did that jump from 25,000 feet for real. It's scenes like this that prove Cruise's commitment to making these movies as real as possible, at practical stunts, breathtaking locations, and edge-of-your-seat action. And we can't forget the helicopter chase. Just when you think it can't get any crazier, Cruise is piloting a helicopter through the mountains, performing death-defying moves, all while trying to stop a bomb from going off. It's literally non-stop adrenaline. But it's not all just stunts. Fallout dives deeper into Ethan's relationships, especially with his former flame, Julia, played by Michelle Monaghan. It adds emotional weight to the chaos, making us care even more about whether Ethan will succeed. Plus, there's some serious tension between Ethan and August Walker. And the dynamic between the two adds an interesting layer of unpredictability. Directed by Christopher McQuarrie, Fallout is arguably the best installment in the franchise so far. It's got the perfect mix of suspense, action, and emotion. The choreography of every action scene is spectacular. The story keeps you guessing, and the twists are jaw-dropping. And let's not forget the incredible supporting cast: Rebecca Ferguson, Simon Pegg, Ving Rhames. They all bring their A game, making the team dynamic more entertaining than ever. Seriously, does Ethan Hunt ever take a break from running? He's sprinting across London rooftops, and yes, that's another moment where Tom Cruise actually broke his ankle but kept going. The commitment is real, folks. To wrap things up, Mission Impossible Fallout delivers everything you'd want in an action film and more. From the nerve-wracking heists to heart-pounding chases, it's a ride you won't want to miss. If you haven't seen it yet, what are you waiting for? Get ready to experience the thrill of the impossible. A group of terrorists plans to detonate 3 plutonium cores for a simultaneous nuclear attack on different cities. Ethan Hunt, along with his IMF team, sets out to stop the carnage. 2 years after Ethan Hunt had successfully captured Solomon Lane, the remnants of the syndicate have reformed into another organization called the Apostles, under the leadership of a mysterious fundamentalist known only as John Lark. The organization is planning on acquiring 3 plutonium cores. Ethan and his team are sent to Berlin to intercept them, but the mission fails when Ethan saves Luther and the Apostles escape with the plutonium. With CIA agent August Walker joining the team, Ethan and his allies must now find the plutonium cores before it's too late. 2 years after the capture of Solomon Lane, Sean Harris, the remains of his organization, the syndicate have reformed into a terrorist group known as the Apostles. While the CIA's Special Activities Division has hunted the syndicate members, many still remain unknown and at large and able to create chaos around the world. They are now a terror-for-hire outfit. They are responsible for a smallpox outbreak in the Indian-controlled Kashmir. Ethan Hunt Tom Cruise is given a mission to intercept 3 stolen plutonium cores before the Apostles can sell them to an unidentified fundamentalist named John Lark. Apostles are in contact with elements of the Eastern European underworld, who are in possession of 3 platinum cores stolen from a nuclear base in Russia. This means Lark and Apostles are working together to acquire functioning nuclear weapons. Ethan is also told that Lark has abducted nuclear weapons expert Nils Debruch to convert the cores into functioning weapons. The said weapons will be man-portable and able to be deployed anywhere in the world in 24 hours. Ethan joins Benji Dunn, Simon Pegg, and Luther Stickle being Rames for the mission. Ethan arranges to buy the plutonium from the Eastern European underworld directly, but they fail when the Apostles hijack the exchange and Ethan chooses to save Luther's life and the plutonium is taken by the Apostles. The team capture nuclear weapons expert Nils Debruch Christopher Johnner, a rogue nuclear weapons expert. They keep Nils in a simulated hospital and run newsreels on TV, indicating that 3 nuclear attacks have already taken place on Jerusalem, Mecca, and Vatican. Nils agrees to give the passcode to his phone if they read Lark's manifesto on international TV. They learn that Nils built 3 portable nuclear weapons for the Apostles. CIA Director Erica Sloan Angela Bassett, the new director of the Central Intelligence Agency replacing Hunley, instructs Special Activities Division operative August Walker Henry Cavill, a CIA assassin working for the Special Activities Division, to shadow Ethan as he attempts to retrieve the plutonium. Erica is blunt with Hunley that the IMF allowed the cores to escape once, and now she wants her own eyes on the team, so the same does not happen again. Walker is the agent who has gunned down every syndicate operative that he was sent after. This is the reason nobody is left alive to positively identify John Lark or the Apostles. Ethan and Walker parachute into Paris, and Ethan saves his life, as he was knocked unconscious in a storm. Ethan grabbed Walker mid-air and helped him land safely. Ethan and Walker infiltrate a fundraiser party in Paris where Lark is believed to be buying the cores from a black market arms dealer known as the Alana Mitsopoulos or White Widow Vanessa Kirby. If the White Widow does not meet Lark before midnight, she will sell the cores to the highest bidder. They track a man whom they suspect to be Lark. The guy attacks Ethan and Walker viciously in the loo and had almost won the fight, but he is killed when Ilsa Faust Rebecca Ferguson intervenes. Ilsa does not reveal who sent her to the location. Hunt can't finish 3D printing Lark's face as Isla shot at the head, so Ethan decides to be Lark without a disguise. Isla warns Ethan against meeting the White Widow and tells him that people are looking for Lark, and they will assume Ethan is Lark and will shoot him down. Ethan impersonates Lark and meets the White Widow. He warns her that agents of the Apostles have been sent to kill her and the two evade their pursuers. Ethna offers to get White Widow to safety and then does so under attack from the Apostles' agents and with invisible help from Isla and Walker. In order to secure the plutonium, the White Widow tasks Ethan with extracting Lane from an armored convoy moving through Paris. White Widow says that she is just a broker, and the seller wants Lane as payment for the plutonium. She provides one of the plutonium cores as a payment in kind for the mission. Hunt admits that he is Lark, and he has no lines about killing cops. He also admits to releasing smallpox in Kashmir to kill innocent women and children. Walker passes evidence onto Sloan suggesting that Hunt has always been Lark. He argues that CIA knew that Lark was an American agent. He says that the syndicate were believers in a cause, and when the cause was betrayed, they turned against their masters. Same thing happened to Hunt, since he has been betrayed by his government on numerous occasions and maybe he has had enough. Walker gives Sloan a phone that he says came from the man they killed in Paris, who claimed to be Lark. Ethan and Walker attack Lane's convoy but do it in such a way that White Widow's team is put out of action. Ethan pushes Lane's escort van into the river. He then leads the police and the White Widow's men on a chase across Paris while Benji and Luther secure Lane. All the players gather in a garage. Ilsa reappears and attempts to kill Lane to prove her loyalty to Me-6, but the car is bulletproof and Ethan is able to take Lane to White Widow. The mission to extract Lane is successful and White Widow instructs the team to deliver Lane to London. White Widow also wants Lark or Hunt to bring Ilsa to her, as she says that Ilsa killed 4 of her men. Hunt meets Ilsa and realizes that she was in Paris to protect Lark. And in the washroom, she killed whom she thought was Lark, to protect Hunt. Ilsa wanted Lark to break Lane out, as she wanted to kill Lane. Hunt realizes that Ilsa is working for the Me-6, and they want her to prove her loyalty. At a safe house in London, IMF Secretary Alan Hunley Alec Baldwin confronts Ethan about being John Lark. Hunley also tells Ethan that the White Widow is working with the CIA to capture Lark, Lane, and the Apostles. Ethan denies it and incapacitates him to continue the mission. Ethan wants to hand over Lane to White Widow to get his hands on the plutonium. The team trick Walker into admitting he is the real John Lark. Ethan made a mask of Lane and then put it on Benji to trade him to the White Widow in exchange for the plutonium and left the real Lane with Walker. Walker was against trying to trick the White Widow and risk losing the plutonium, but Ethan was not willing to free Lane. Walker walks up to Lane to free him, proving that he is indeed Lark. Turns out, the real Lane was taken by Hunt, and Benji was sitting in the safe house as Lane, and he was the one that Walker tried to free. Then Hunley, who was not actually incapacitated, captures Lark, working together with Benji. Walker is working with Lane and the Apostles as part of a plot to acquire the plutonium and have Ethan branded a nuclear terrorist. The IMF team informs Sloan about Walker being Lark, who instructs a CIA unit to detain everyone. The CIA unit has been compromised by the Apostles and Walker orders them to attack Hunley and his IMF men instead. Walker kills Hunley in the ensuing fight and escapes. Ethan chases him across the city but is unable to apprehend him. Walker threatens the life of Ethan's estranged wife Julia Meade Michelle Monaghan and departs for a medical camp in Kashmir with Lane. The team deduces that Lane plans to detonate the 2 remaining nuclear weapons, each of 5 megaton yield, over a glacier and contaminate the water supply of Pakistan, India, and China. With 1/3 of its population affected, the world will descend into anarchy from which Lane hopes a new world order will emerge. Ethan finds Walker Benji had inserted a signal inside Lane. Has arranged for Julia to be assigned to the medical camp, increasing the pressure on him. Ethan finds Julia at the camp and finds that she is married to a doctor named Eric. Lane activates the weapons and gives the detonator to Walker to defuse the bombs. Luther and Benji need the detonator and then need to defuse the bombs simultaneously. Walker leaves the camp in a helicopter, while Lane stays next to the bombs, telling Walker that this is the end of the line for him. Ethan pursues him in a helicopter, leaving Benji, Luther, and Ilsa to find the weapons. Luther and Julia find the first bomb and work to understand its mechanism, but they are unable to defuse it without the detonator. Ilsa and Benji locate the second weapon and subdue Lane after Ilsa has a brutal fight with Lane. After a lengthy chase, Ethan uses his helicopter to ram Walker's aircraft out of the sky. The 2 fight on a cliff's edge and Walker is killed. Ethan gains control of the detonator, allowing Luther, Ilsa, and Benji to deactivate the bombs. In the aftermath, the remaining 2 cores are safely recovered. Sloan hands Lane over to Me-6 through the White Widow, which earns Ilsa's exoneration. Ethan recovers from his injuries with the help of Julia while the rest of the team joins him in victory. To wrap things up, Mission Impossible Fallout delivers everything you'd want in an action film and more. From the nerve-wracking heists to heart-pounding chases, it's a ride you won't want to miss. If you haven't seen it yet, what are you waiting for? Get ready to experience the thrill of the impossible. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more movie recaps and reviews, Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to our channel. Which Mission Impossible stunt is your favorite? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, stay impossible.